Starting to say that I couldn't be happier for, man, starting with our fans, just the Auburn family, and I'm excited for everybody. That stadium out there, tonight was electric, and our student body, our alumni, our fans, it was a great night for everybody. Our football team in that locker room over there has got a lot of love. They got a lot of love for each other, and I think tonight was another situation that we were down by 14 points, I think, at one point, and they just play as a family. That's all I can tell you. They play as a family, and I couldn't be more blessed personally in my life to be around great people, great coaches, great administrators, and players that just they're a joy to be around. They care about Auburn. They care about this football team, and again, they're just they never cease to amaze me. I know there's going to be a lot of questions about Cameron Newton tonight. Let me just say this up front. Any questions that I entertain about Cameron Newton will only be solely pertaining to the game that he just played in. And I'm very proud of him and his performance. And I'm very proud of our whole football team, starting with our seniors, who have done a great job getting us to this point this year. So with that, I'll open it up to any questions.
Coach, can you just talk about Cam's ability to avoid those distractions and play well?
Again, I thought Cam, he rushed for, 150 some odd yards tonight. I was just really proud of the way he played. And like I said, he's a really, really talented, extremely gifted football player who means a lot to our football team.
Gene, why doesn't he get distracted? I mean, obviously, whatever's going on around him does have no effect on him.
Again, I'm gonna answer questions more pertaining to the game tonight. The only thing I can tell you along those lines is that by his performance, I felt like he's done just about what he's done in every other game this year.
Can you talk about the decision, the onside kick to start the second half?
Yeah, that's a very potent offense. And, the onside kick we felt really good about during the week, and we felt like we needed to take one possession away from them in the second half. We need to get some momentum coming out. We told our guys in the locker room at halftime, we said, it's up and running. You got to get it. And Wes made a great kick. I think it swung the momentum starting the second half. And, again, I think it took one more possession away from their offense in the second half, which we needed to do.
Talk about Green and trying often with difficulty to defend it.
Yeah, I don't know that we did. I know we certainly tried about everything we had, and they made some great throws to him. He made some great catches. He's one of the best football players, wide receivers, certainly in college football. There's no question about it. He's a force to be reckoned with. He's a very, very talented young man.
Coach, what was the difference in your defense from the first quarter to the final three quarters?
Well, I think that, again, we settled down a little bit. We tried to do some different things coverage-wise, just trying to get the passing game under control. We felt like we could stop the run. But we knew that, they've got very talented guys at wideout, including the tight end. And, they do a great job of seeing what you're in. The quarterback does a great job of reading what coverages that you're either disguising and trying to work to, and then he hits the guy that is the most available in that coverage. So they're really good at that, and I thought they executed that well. But I think pass rush and pressure, more so in the second half, got to them a little bit.
Jane, talk about the second half. You hardly threw the ball at all, controlled the clock at the running game. How important that was?
Well, we felt like offensively, starting with our offensive line, we felt like we could get some movement up front, and we were trying to get a pace going. We could wear them down a little bit. Don't know if that happened exactly the way we wanted to, but we had some explosive plays in there where they had to run down the field, get set, reset. So we did some things that we thought, with clock management and other things would help us towards the end of the game. And again, our offensive line, that was a good defense we played against. And my hat's off to them. And they tried to do a few different things to take away the quarterback run game, and which we were able to do some other things with our tailback run game. But at the end of the day, that was a really good defense. So I was proud of our offensive line.
Can you just talk about winning the West?
We have goals, guys, at the beginning of the year, and this was the first one. This was the first goal, and really kind of in the name of trying to take them one game at a time. We didn't know when if we were going to win the West, when that would happen. We're blessed to be in a position tonight where if we won, then obviously we have a trip to Atlanta. So I think there's a lot of incentive out there. There's a lot on the line. And again, I couldn't be more proud of our team because of the way they responded and the way they just kept playing.
What were some of the reasons, do you think, for the personal fouls at the beginning of the game and also the problems at the end?
You know, just really disappointed in that. That's a lot of a reflection on us as coaches, and I'm embarrassed by it. That's not who we are. That's not the way we carry ourselves, and we'll address that tomorrow.
Gene, can you talk about Mike Dyer's accomplishment in just breaking Bo Jackson's rushing record for a freshman?
Well, I think Mike, as the years progressed, I think he's gotten a little more comfortable with the offense every week. We certainly have a lot of confidence in him and running the football and protecting the football. And what a great accomplishment. I mean, I think he feels a great comfort level of it. I think it's a great honor for him. And again, that's we're not trying to break individual goals here, but certainly that's one that he's always going to be proud of until the next guy comes along and breaks it. So I'm proud of Michael.
2 years ago, when you took this job, you obviously foresaw this night coming. At least I assume you did. Did you believe it would be here as quickly as it is?
I never put a timeline and a time frame on anything. Our belief was that the only thing that we can really focus on is where we're going with the program and how we're trying to get there. And we're trying to do all the things the right way that makes sense, that the Auburn people would be proud of, and the Auburn family would, it would just be what Auburn is and who Auburn is, and that's where we try to start. And so we didn't put a time frame on anything, but make no mistake, our goal since the day we stepped here was to win a championship, and we haven't done that yet. So I don't want to act like we have. We haven't, but we are in one step. We're one step closer to being able to do that.
How welcome is this bye week now? How banged up is your football team?
I think it comes at a great time. We're definitely a tired football team. I mean, this is, if you count 2 days when we started in August, this is probably week 14 straight. And I think we tried to manage it about the best way we could with, trying to back off when we need to back off and try to, be aggressive when we need to be aggressive. And they've done everything we've asked them to do. And that's the great thing about this team. So it's a well-needed break. We'll sit back and try to get a little bit of a breather here in the next probably 48 hours. And but we have a huge football game coming up in 2 weeks, and we got to get ready to play that game.
Coach, you talked about it a little bit. How about your ability just in general to come from behind this season?
Like I said, I just the guys in that locker room, they never cease to amaze me, and the coaches, offensive coaches, defensive coaches, special team coaches. Nobody gets rattled, and players keep playing, and the coaches keep coaching, and we got to adjust. And sometimes it doesn't look exactly the way we want it to look. Sometimes it's really ugly. Sometimes it's not. But for 11 weeks in a row now, we've found a way to win, so that's the most important thing.
Gene, how do you think the ejections may hurt? How do you think you'll deal with the ejections between now and?
I'm going to deal with that. I'm going to deal with that tomorrow, and I'm not happy about it at all.
How could they affect you?
We'll see. We'll see.
Pick a few more. Gene, the Iron Bowl's big enough. What are the next 13 days going to be like, just day to day leading up to that? And it's not a week. It's
Right, it is. We've got a good plan, I feel like. We're going to try to, there's a fine line of balance in there between trying to, make sure that you're prepared enough. But yet again, we're, a little bit of a tired and beat up football team, so they've got to, they got to regroup a little bit, and we've got to get healthy. So we'll try to find that balance in there somewhere, and, starting tomorrow.